evening. Welcome to Coffee and Tarot time. Happy Saturday. Yes, I like to relax today, if at all possible. I have a friend who wants to go out. How do I tell her I just want to stay home in my pajamas all day? I'm tired. Anywho, someone said to me a while back, like, what makes you consider yourself an expert? I was given advice. And I said, oh, I don't consider myself an expert by any means. But I have, over the last 40 years, spoke with thousands and thousands of people and read for people. And I think I have a good finger on the pulse of what makes people tick. And what I do realize out of everything that I can take away from my experience is we're all the same. We're all looking for the same thing, and we go about it different ways, but we are basically all the same. We all want the same end result. And I always tell people to find that partner. You want somebody who's going to go about it the same way you are. You know, like they talk about, we've talked about twin flames, runner and chaser. Who wants to chase anyone? I don't know about you guys, but it's thoroughly exhausting. You know, who wants to live with the uncertainty? You know, you're going to hear from someone or you're not, or they're going to step up, or, you know, because then it all goes back to your value. Because I listen to these women and they're like, well, I don't think I did anything wrong. You did nothing wrong. Let me just tell you right now, you did nothing wrong. Unfortunately, there are people that will just escape as opposed to emotionally connect to their feelings and tell you what they're feeling, whether it's good or bad. And sometimes you're just not on the same vibration. You know, there's that saying, if they wanted to, they would. I think that's it. I don't like that saying because, you know, that's very, to me, that's very fairy tale Cinderella sort of stuff. And as you get older, life has different experiences. So a lot of times there's more to your life than just, oh, I'm going to be with this person because I love them and that's it. A lot of times there's just more depth to what's going on in their life, and they don't have that opportunity. They have other things to consider. I can give you a list, but I mean, think about it. Children would be number one. You know, if they're already legally married to somebody, you know, it's not just easy to, you know, sign a paper, get a divorce and walk away. There's a lot of things. So I think when you get yourself in that mentality of that fairy tale, well, if they wanted to, they would. I think you need to really rethink that, because there's a lot of personalities out there too, where I found, again, in my research, men will go with easy, okay? Men will go with easy. Whereas women, think about it now, women like kind of the bad guy, and they feel like if they chase him and they got him, they've won something. You've won the booby prize. You've won door number 3, lifetime rice-a-roni. That's what you've won. Where men, they don't want that aggravation. It's just from what I've witnessed, okay? So they usually go with something that's a lot easier. But anywho, that's just my thoughts for this morning. Okay, we are getting back to normal in my life, so I'm back on a nice schedule. Although I don't think I really let any days go during my remodeling. Hold on, let me pat myself on the back over here. All right, let's see what we have. Robin Wood, my favorite deck. Okay, I am going to work with that clear deck this week, the transparent one. I'm going to work with it this week, and I'm going to have to do it like overhead. So, you know, you can really see the cards, because me holding them up doesn't do them any justice. So, all right, first card, best card, Hermit, number 9. I love 9 because it tells us we're almost at 10, we're almost at completion. I like the Hermit because the Hermit is shining his light, or her light, don't get caught up in the gender. I guess it could be a chick with a beard. If I don't shave, I got a couple stray hairs as I get older. there's no perfection in life, trust me. This doesn't just happen overnight. There's a lot of work to it. The Hermit is a good card because it tells you that either you or someone else is investigating something, okay? And we can all investigate something. You know, we're all a work in process. I'm the same way. I continuously try to be a better person. I try to do things. I'm always open for discussion. But the Hermit is shining the light on something. And when I see this card, believe it or not, it tells me that there's somebody who could be watching you. Ooh. Not in the bushes sort of way with the binoculars. I don't think people do that anymore. I mean, like, that's like the original way to do it. But the Hermit card talks about somebody who's gone away out of your life to either find themselves or whatever they're doing. And then they're kind of looking back. But that could be you too. You could be looking back on your past. You could be looking back on your past decisions. You could be looking back on your past life. It's just you're in retrospect, okay? So it's either you or someone you're dealing with. They could be stalking you. They could be watching you. You know, people walk away, but they keep attached through social media. Or it could be you watching them. Whichever. I can't fit it in. There's thousands of you who watch this video. So anywho, we like the Hermit because technically the Hermit, you know who that is under that cloak? That's the Fool. And he got to the Hermit because he took a chance and he lived a little bit of life. And that's what happens when you live life. You become complex. You become structured. You become like an onion. There's many layers to you. Hopefully I relayed that properly. Sometimes I never know what's coming out of the mouth. I don't edit, as you've noticed. I just, you know what? We got one shot, you're saying it, and then that's it. We're calling it a day. So anyway, I like the Hermit card. So a lot of you, if you've been, you know, thinking about your past or different things, really kind of acknowledge it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you felt you were wrong in a situation, acknowledge it. Like I said yesterday, soak up those feelings and say to yourself, I don't want to ever feel like that again. So soak them up. And that's how you learn your lesson. If somebody's looking back over you, there is somebody who's still thinking about you. I'm going to tell you the truth. They're still thinking about you and they're still watching. So even though you don't see them or you have no contact, they're still watching. I don't care what anybody says. They're still watching. But nobody's making a move. But here's the thing. Either you or someone else is having an epiphany about life, certain things. Now, you could be shining your light on a very unproductive, low-paying job. And you decide, you know, after many months of not knowing what to do, all of a sudden you get the idea of what to do. Maybe leave it. Could be a relationship, could be anything. But all of a sudden, somebody or yourself is going to have that epiphany after doing nothing to make a move. Let's just see one more card. Yes. Now, I have to cover them for various reasons. I mean, women on here can talk about their butterfly wings, right? I got a video of that the other day. I go, what? Are you freaking kidding me? And I can't show a card. You know, TikTok, do better. Jesus Christ. And women, stop talking about your butterfly wings. Nobody cares. So anyway, get hate for that. So whatever it is, whether it's you, I seem to have a theme this week, so I'm sticking with it. There's going to be choices made. And there's decisions to make. And it may have started in the month of Gemini season, because this is card of Gemini. So there's something that's going to push you. There's going to be some knowledge, okay, that finally gets you out of the tree and you have an epiphany and you know you need to make a choice. If it's not you, it's somebody you're dealing with, okay? Maybe somebody from your past that you haven't heard from. Could even be a job. Maybe they realize they put the wrong person in there. So it's something that's kind of coming back after somebody or something gave it a lot of thought. Make sense? Of course it does. Come on now. All right, everyone. Happy Saturday. This is Coffee and Tarot time. I am the Queen of Wands. Everyone, have a great day.